Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is finally a makeup tutorial. I'm doing this really cute yellow look for you guys. I really hope that you actually feel like watching a tutorial on a look like this. I had so much fun creating it, so please, if you're interested in this look, then please keep on watching to find out how I did it. And if you're not interested in this look and you're here for the cheap makeup brushes instead, please keep on watching as well. Basically, I bought a bunch of cheap makeup brushes off of Lazada, which is kind of like an Amazon but here in Asia. These were really cheap. They were under $3 US, so I definitely felt like I had to get them and try them out and see. Almost dropped one, and see how they performed. So that's what I did. This makeup look was created with these brushes. These are all eye brushes, by the way, so face brushes I had to use my own. But yeah, if you're interested in finding out how these brushes perform, then please keep on watching as well. I'm going to start by taking this LeBlanc Healthy Light Creator Oil, and I'm going to put this all over my face. This is a brightening oil, so while it moisturizes your skin, it's also going to help to take away any pigmentation, brighten any dark spots. Hero product for me. Next up, we're gonna go old school OG. I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier foundation primer on my skin. The foundation is gonna be a brand new one that I really like. This is the Forever Undercover Foundation from Dior. Now it says you can apply this with your fingers, but I'm just gonna apply it with my sponge because that's just the way I like it. When you get to the sides of your nose, if you have pore problems and they show and your makeup just doesn't sit right there, all you need to do is press a little bit harder when you come to those areas and really focus. It won't make the problem go away completely, but it does help a lot in reducing the size of the pores. So let's move on to concealer now. My current favorite, and it really has not failed me, is this Chanel concealer. It does a really great job underneath the eye. It's really hydrating and it hides the fine lines like anything. It does not settle into those fine lines. I am very impressed. Again, just using my beauty blender. And then just to set everything in place, I have my trusty Laura Mercier powder. For brows today, as you can probably see, they're going a little bit crazy because I lost my eyebrow razor. I have no idea where it is. But I'm going to be using my trusty Urban Decay Brow Beater. This is one of my favorite brow products. It's got a really fine tip. I just love it for defining the brows and drawing in the fine hairs. I'm just using a little bit of concealer to define the brow line. Now onto the MAC Paint Pot as an eyeshadow base. I want to play around a little bit with the eye color today, so I'm going to be using the Zoeva Artisto palette. I think the colors in here are absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go in with this color right here in the crease. By the way, I just wanted to share, I got like a whole bunch of these brushes for less than $3, if I'm not mistaken, off of a seller on Lazada. I'm not sure if you've heard of the store. It's kind of like an Amazon but an Asian version. Since they're so cheap, obviously I was very intrigued. I wanted to try them out. I will be testing them in this video and letting you know if I like them, if they're worth getting, if like cheap brushes are a thing. I mean, who doesn't want cheap brushes, right? If you can get something that does the same thing as something way more expensive, why not? So from this blending brush, I can tell you that it's a lot softer than a lot of the other brushes I've tried. That would be great for kind of blown out, very soft blending, but I'm not sure if they would do any good if you were trying to, say, place a color more solidly on the lid, like if you wanted more pigmentation and color payoff in your eyeshadow. I doubt this would be the brush for you, but for this light blending in the crease, I really like it. Now I'm going to go in with this color right here. I've got a slightly smaller blending brush. I'm going to try this one. That's pretty okay too, actually. I mean, I think the bristles could be shorter so you get a little bit more control, but blending wise, I think it's doing a pretty good job. I'm gonna go back in with a larger brush just to blow it out a little bit. I also want to intensify this crease color, so I'm just gonna keep applying and blending with a very light hand to make sure nothing goes too far. Okay, back into the smaller blending brush, I'm gonna be putting Naturalistic, this nice dark olive color, into the crease. Obviously focusing in a smaller area. This is where it starts getting a little complicated, by the way. As I mentioned before, the bristles are kind of long on this, so you don't get much control. So right now, I'm trying to control exactly where this color goes. but I'm having a little bit of trouble. It's definitely not impossible to do it. As you can see, I have hopefully managed to achieve a decent blend in the crease. The only thing is, it is a little bit challenging, and I have to admit, the pricier brushes do a slightly better job. But again, it's not impossible to get the look you want. Okay, so I want a more intense green color into the crease. I found this brush right here, which looks to be something like an eyeliner brush, I think. But it's slightly fluffy for an eyeliner brush, so I'm gonna try and use this to apply the eyeshadow into the crease. I need a smaller brush that's also slightly more dense to pack the color into the crease. And then I'll use that small blending brush to blend it out. Well, that worked out pretty well, actually. Yay me. So that is the crease eyeshadow done. I'm now gonna go in with some concealer and this little brush that came in the set. I love how small it is. This is gonna carve out the crease for me. By the way, there are so many tutorials out there teaching you how to carve your crease. I found that a lot of people like to start at the very tip and drag down, and that creates their shape for them. For me, personally, I found that just drawing in the shape like this and then perfecting it bit by bit has worked the best for me. So don't feel like you have to do it the way somebody else does it. If you feel like you do it best in one particular way, just do it that way. You know, there's no right or wrong to makeup. Now I'm going to lightly set that concealer with the white powder in the Je ne sais quoi palette from IT Cosmetics, just this one right here. Got a slightly larger flat brush for this. Alright, now for the fun part, I'm going to be using 3 different eyeshadows. First, Blessing, which is this one right here, Prehistory, and Mother's House, which is this one down here. So I'm going to start with Prehistory. I'm picking it up on... what brush should I pick it up with? I'm going to clean off the brush that I used to apply concealer a little bit, and I'm going to use that to apply Prehistory. I'm going to spray it with a bit of Fix Plus. On the same brush cleaned off, I'm now going to take Mother's House and put it in the outer corners of the eyes. So once I get close to the lime green, I'm going to take whatever's left on the brush and just lightly kind of feather it in towards the lime green color. You know I'm going to cat eye it in the outer corners as usual. So for this look, I thought I'd do something a little bit fun. I got the Vivids Bright eyeliner from NYX Cosmetics. I love these things. They look so good. I'm just going to take it into the crease. Okay, this bit of the eyeliner is done, and now I'm going to go in with Blessing, and again I'm going to be using the MAC Fix Plus. Onto eyeliner, I'm using the Inglot Duraline together with a brush that I think is an eyebrow brush, but we're going to use it anyway. By the way, you could also, for this, use the brush that I used to apply the inner corner color. Just going to add some false eyelashes to this. I'm going to use the same brush that I applied the olive color with in the crease to pick up the olive color and apply it to the lower lash line this time. And then to top everything off, back into the Vivid Brights eyeliner. And then I'm going in with my favorite mascara at the moment, the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. Ugh, this is amazing. It defines both the upper lashes and the lower lashes beautifully, but I'm just using it for the lower lashes this time. This doesn't happen very often, but sometimes you just need a good touch-up, especially when you've been doing a lot of detail on the eyes that require you to maybe put your hands on your face. So I'm going to touch up the foundation a little bit. But when you're doing second layers, you definitely want to stay away from the nose. If you want to touch up your nose, just wait until you've got barely anything left on your sponge, and then you can go onto the nose just to kind of move the product around, make it settle nicely. Since I have to repowder, I'm going to go in with a cream highlighter. This is the Strobe of Genius from NYX. I'm really just going to pile it on here and then tap to blend. Okay, so before I powder the rest of my face, I'm going to set my highlighter. I'm going to go in with the Spring Strobe Spectrum from Zoeva, and I'm going to go in with this gorgeous bluish purple color right here. You can't really tell what it looks like in the pan, but when you swatch it, it is a gorgeous bluish highlight. As you can see, it just intensifies that strobe cream that we applied earlier. I'm also going to layer it over this inner corner color. And then I have this really strange brush that came together with a brush set. I have no idea what to do with it, so I'm going to be applying my highlight to the tip of my nose with it. Oh, that came on really strong. I'm repowdering the face now. Those were eye brushes, by the way, so I don't have any face brushes. I'm going to be using this, what is this? Luxe Face Focus Brush. I think it's a Zoeva brush. For blush, I'm going to grab this one from Tarte Cosmetics. It's a little sample size. I am so obsessed with this color. It is called Party. And finally, for contour, I'm going in with this palette from Tarte. It's the Clay Play Face Shaping Palette. And I'm going to be taking a combination of these two colors. Going in with the larger fluffy brush to do the contouring on my nose. This is Bite Beauty Madeira Glam Glow Lip Plumper. Adding some Fix Plus. So a little final verdict on these brushes right here. I would definitely say that they're useful. I had fun using them and I didn't have that much difficulty. They're really soft and they don't poke the skin. Back when I first started doing makeup, I did purchase a bunch of brushes off of eBay. They just did not work out for me. They were really scratchy and pokey. These are not like that at all. As I mentioned with these blending brushes right here, I really wish that they were shorter. I feel like if these bristles were a lot shorter, that they would give a lot more control over what you were doing. Plus, these two are actually really similar, so they really could have made at least one brush shorter. These are still really good for blowing out the eye, so at the very outer edges where you see really soft blending, these brushes are really great for it. Overall, they're good quality, they're really good supplementary brushes. So if you had your really good base brushes, then these you could use for the blending, application in areas that don't really need a lot of precise application. I actually really liked using this brush right here to apply my highlight. I think it went on really well. It was a little bit strong at first, but that was because I was heavy-handed. Overall, a really good value for money set for sure. You would definitely need a couple of brushes more to use these in supplement to. Did I get the grammar right? I don't know, but basically you know what I mean. I will link these brushes in the description box below in case any of you are in the area and can purchase. If not, you can take a look at the brushes and see if you have a similar set on Amazon or whatever. But yeah, that's basically my review of the brushes. I really hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you have any questions about the products I used, the methods I used, these brushes, let me know in the comments box below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching and I really hope I see you in my next video.